In this video, we'll build a simple drawing app using Java Swing. By tracking mouse drag events, we can draw shapes directly on the screen. This project helps you understand mouse listeners, graphics, and real-time drawing in Java. First, we create a class called MouseDragRectangles. This class will handle mouse dragging and drawing rectangles on the screen. Before we start coding the logic, let's understand the imports we're using. JavaX Swing gives us the core GUI components like JFrame and JPanel. JavaAuth is used for graphics, colors, and drawing shapes on the screen. With Java Event, we can listen to mouse actions such as press, drag, and release. And finally, ArrayList from java.util helps us store multiple rectangles, so every shape we draw stays visible on the canvas. These imports together allow us to build an interactive drawing application in Java Swing. Next extends from JPanel. By extending JPanel, we can override paintComponent and draw graphics directly on the screen. Next, we declare a few variables to track the mouse movement. StartX and StartY store the position where the mouse button is first pressed. Inks and ND update continuously as we drag the mouse across the panel. Using these coordinates, we can calculate the size and position of the rectangle. The dragging boolean helps us know when the mouse is actively being dragged, so we only draw a preview while the mouse button is held down. Here, we create an array list called rectangles to store all the rectangles we draw. Each time the user finishes dragging the mouse, a new rectangle is added to this list. Using an array list allows us to store multiple shapes dynamically. This is important because when the screen repaints, we redraw every rectangle from this list, so all previously drawn shapes remain visible instead of disappearing. This is the constructor of the MouseDragRectangles class. It runs automatically when the panel is created. Here, we create a MouseAdapter object. MouseAdapter is a helper class that lets us handle mouse events without implementing every mouse method. This method runs when the user presses the mouse button on the panel. The mouse event object gives us information about that action. Using GUI, we capture the exact position where the mouse was pressed on the screen. These values are stored in StartX and StartY, which mark the starting point of the rectangle. We then set the dragging variable to true, so the program knows the user has started drawing. From this point on, the rectangle will update as the mouse is dragged across the panel. This method is called continuously while the mouse is being dragged. Every time the mouse moves, the mouse event object updates its position. Using GUI, we store the current mouse coordinates in inks and ND. These values represent the current endpoint of the rectangle. After updating the coordinates, we call repaint. This tells Swing to redraw the panel, so the rectangle preview updates in real time as the mouse moves. This continuous repainting is what creates the smooth drag to draw effect. His method runs when the user releases the mouse button. Releasing the mouse means the drawing action is complete. Here, we set the dragging variable to false, which tells the program to stop updating the live preview. At this point, the final rectangle can be saved to the list of shapes. Now let's look at how the rectangle is actually created and stored. When the user drags the mouse, they might drag in any direction, left to right to left, top to bottom, or bottom to top. To handle this correctly, we first calculate the x-coordinate using math_min method. This ensures that x always represents the leftmost point, no matter which direction the mouse was dragged. We do the same for the y-coordinate using math_min method. So the rectangle always starts from the topmost position. Next, we calculate the width using mathAbsolute method. The mathAbs function ensures the width is always a positive value, even if the mouse was dragged from right to left. Similarly, The height is calculated using MouseAbsolute method, start y subtract and y, making sure the rectangle height is never negative. Once we have the correct position and size, we create a new rectangle object using these values. This rectangle is then added to the rectangles array list. Storing rectangles in a list is important because Swing redraws the screen frequently. Every time repaint is called, the program redraws all rectangles from this list, so none of the previously drawn shapes disappear. Finally, we call repaint again to refresh the screen, ensuring the newly added rectangle appears immediately. This logic allows the drawing to work smoothly. Here, we attach the mouse adapter to the panel. Add MouseListener listens for mouse press and release events, while Add MouseMotionListener tracks mouse dragging movement. By adding both, the panel can fully respond to mouse actions. Finally, we set the background color to white, giving us a clean drawing canvas for the rectangles. This method is called whenever the panel needs to be redrawn. By overriding paintComponent, we tell Swing how to draw our custom graphics. The graphics object provides the tools needed to draw shapes on the screen. The first line calls Super paintComponent. This clears the panel and prepares it for fresh drawing, preventing visual glitches and overlapping artifacts. Next, we set the drawing color to blue using g.setColor. From this point on, any shape we draw will appear in blue on the canvas. This loop goes through every rectangle stored in the rectangles list. Each rectangle represents one shape drawn by the user earlier. Using A for each loop makes the code clean and easy to read. For every rectangle, we call drawRect and pass its position and size. Because this happens inside paintComponent, all rectangles are redrawn every time the screen refreshes. This is why previously drawn shapes stay visible instead of disappearing when a new rectangle is added. This condition checks whether the mouse is currently being dragged. If dragging is true, we draw a temporary preview of the rectangle. While the mouse is being dragged, we calculate the rectangle again, but this time only for a temporary preview. Using mathmin ensures the rectangle always starts from the leftmost point, and math.min start y, and y, ensures it starts from the topmost point. We then calculate the width and height using MouseAbsolute method. This guarantees that the size values are always positive, regardless of the drag direction. By recalculating these values continuously while dragging, the program can show a smooth, real-time preview of the rectangle, giving instant visual feedback to the user before the final shape is saved. Here, we change the color to red for the preview rectangle. This helps visually separate the temporary shape from the final saved rectangles. Using drawRect, we display the live outline while the mouse is still being dragged. This is the main method, where the program starts running. Inside it, we create a JFrame, which acts as the main window of her application. The text passed into the constructor sets the title shown at the top of the window. This frame will hold our drawing panel and display the entire mouse drag drawing application on the screen. This line tells the program what to do when the window is closed. By using exit on close, the application stops running completely when the user clicks the close button. We set the frame size to 800 by 600 pixels, giving enough space for comfortable drawing. Next, we add our mouse drag rectangles panel to the frame, which brings all the drawing logic onto the screen. Set location relative to null, centers the window on the screen, making it look clean and professional when it opens. Finally, set visible true displays the window, and the mouse drag drawing app is ready to use. Now, run the program and try dragging the mouse on the screen. You'll see rectangles appear as you draw in real time. Experiment with different drag directions and sizes. If this helped you understand mouse events in Java, like, share, and subscribe for more Java Swing projects.